All right, Math 8, this is Wednesday's homework help video. We are writing linear equations. We're writing linear equations in slope-intercept form. That's the way the equation looks. Slope-intercept form looks like this. When you have y by itself, it's equal to a number attached to x plus or minus a number that has no variable attached to it. This number that's attached to x is going to be the slope or rate, the rate increasing or decreasing. And then this number right here that has no variable attached to it is going to be the y-intercept. It's where the line crosses the y-axis, or it's considered to be the starting amount in a word problem, okay? All right, so now, in the first problem, they give you the slope. This is your m. M here is equal to 4. But what is missing is b. We don't know what b is. So we have to find b for these problems. M is given, but b is not. So in order to find b, you're going to use the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And you're going to substitute the values that's given. You're given an x coordinate and a y coordinate, and you're given m. So you're going to substitute these numbers into the form and solve for b, okay? So my y coordinate is 1. You see how my y is 1? Bring down the equal. My m is 4. The operation that's automatically between two variables is multiplication. So I'm put a little dot there. So I'm put a little dot to indicate multiplication. My x is a -1 plus b. So now in order to solve for b, okay, I got to multiply this together first. So bring down the 1, bring down the equal. 4 times a -1 is -4. Bring down the plus b, okay? So now we're going to, in order to get b by itself, we got to get rid of the -4. The inverse of a minus or -4 is to add 4. Why, Miss Reyes? Because -4 plus 4 is going to give me 0. Whatever I do to one side of that equal sign, I have to also do to the other side of the equal sign, because both sides are equal. If I take something away here, I got to take it away here. If I add something to this side, I got to add it to this side, okay? All right, so we got 1 plus 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. This is gone, and I'm left with just the b. So b in this problem is equal to 5. So I have m and I have b. So this is the last step. To write the equation in slope-intercept form, all you're doing is substituting whatever m is. M is 4. So this is 4x now. And b is a positive 5. So I put plus 5. If b was -5, I put -5. But since b is plus 5, a positive 5, I put plus 5. So that's how we do that. We're going to do this problem the exact same way. Some people get confused about fractions, so I'm going to do one that has a fraction in it. Okay? Again, this is my m. This is what m is equal to. And what's missing is my b. b is missing. I got to find b. So in order to find b, I use the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. I'm going to substitute the numbers that are given. A point is given. This is x, this is y, and the slope is given. So my y is -2. So I'm putting -2 in the place of y. Bring down the equal. My m is the fraction -5/6 times my x is 2 plus b. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to multiply. Do the same thing I did up here. I got to multiply these two numbers together. I'm going to multiply, put a 1 under it. I'm going to multiply this -10 on the top. This is +6 on the bottom. Multiply straight across. This gives me -10. This gives me +6, sorry. Bring down the plus b. Now, in order to get b by itself, we're going to move this to this side. You see how this is a minus? The opposite of a minus is to add it. So when I add this 10/6 to this -10/6, this is going to be 0 here. So I'm going to add it to this side. Okay? Bring down the equal. We're going to make this simple because we're going to type that in the calculator. Remember how I showed you how to type fractions and things in the calculator? We're going to use that to our advantage, right? So we have a negative. Negative in the calculator is down here, okay? And then we have plus the fraction, put the fraction in parentheses. Oh, sorry, negative, forgot to put the 2. Then plus the fraction, put the fraction in parentheses, 10 divided by 6. Now I could have reduced that. But that's okay. Okay, I can reduce it in the end. So now I'm going to press the math button so that my answer can be a reduced fraction and press enter once more. So my answer for B is going to be a negative 1/3. B, because this is 0, remember, B is equal to a negative 1/3. So then lastly, I write this as a equation by substituting your M and your B. Your M, remember, they gave you was negative 5/6. So this is y is equal to a negative 5/6. Bring down the x. Your B is a minus 1/3. This is my equation. Okay? All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do this one right here. Okay? So again, they give you M, they give you X, they give you Y. You need to figure out what B is in order to write the equation. So to find B, you use the slope-intercept form, Y equals mx plus B. You're going to substitute the numbers that are given, okay? I'm given a Y coordinate, that's negative 2. I'm given the M, that's 3/2, times, remember this is multiplication between M and X. I'm given X, which is a negative 1. All right. It has a fraction, remember, by putting a 1 under it. Plus B, bring it down. First step, multiply. Okay, so when I multiply, I get a negative 3 on the top, and I get a positive 2 on the bottom. Remember, I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. To get B by itself, I got to move this minus 3/2 by adding. Got to do the inverse of a minus, which is to add 3/2. Remember, negative 3/2 plus 3/2 is 0. Whatever I do to one side of that equal sign, I've got to do to the other side, okay? So let's do that. Let's do this again. We got negative 2. Oh, we got negative 2 again. That's crazy. Plus the fraction, put the fraction in parentheses, 3/2. Close the parentheses. I want my answer written as a fraction, so I'm going to do math, and I'm going to press enter twice, okay, to convert as a reduced fraction. So this is negative 1/2. This is gone, and I'm left with B is negative 1/2. So to write this as an equation, I'm going to substitute my value for M. I'm going to substitute my value for B. Okay, so my M again, Y is equal to, my M is 3/2. Bring down the X. And my B is a negative, so I'm going to write this as minus 1/2. This is my equation. Okay, so you should be able to do these 3 on your own. If you need to watch the video again, see me do it again, please do that. That's what it's there for, okay? If you have more questions, just let me know. And don't forget that we have tutoring sessions after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right, y'all. Bye.